Yeah. There's good reason I am holding this Darth Vader figure. Because as of today, as this was recorded, when I got home and finished redoing the whole Marked Ones review, before starting a boxing workout, I just discovered some tragic news. James Earl Jones, the voice actor for this guy, has now sadly passed on. A childhood legend, another legend gone from us. Another one. The guy who did voice this legendary character is a big part of a lot of 90s people's childhoods is no more. Sucks he's gone, man. James Earl Jones was pretty much like a big influence to my childhood. Like when I was being first introduced to the character, introduced to this legendary actor, was when I first saw The Lion King and being introduced to the character of Mufasa. That was technically the first James Earl Jones performance I saw. Ever since then, like this guy's been a big part of a lot of our childhoods. Whether it's films like the original Star Wars trilogy, whether it's from The Lion King, whether it's from Coming to America, whether it's from The Sandlot. Listening to stuff from him I did see. When it comes to breaking down my favorite roles from him, number one favorite role, Darth Vader. Easily by far the best cinematic villain in cinema history. Just love everything about this character's voice, this character's look, this character's design. And also is even his backstory where he started off as this like Jedi apprentice that turned to the dark side, believing some lies that Palpatine told him about his girlfriend being in danger when she never was. And then pretty much deflected to the dark side, believing that he could literally save her, but it turns out she was never in any danger at all, and then pretty much became a slave to Palpatine for over 16 years, thinking his children were gone, but little knowing that his children were successfully born and they were taken to their planets, and there was hope that Anakin could be restored, and Padme turned out to be right by his return of the Jedi. When Vader chose between either watching Palpatine kill his son or saving his son, Anakin comes back from the dark side and gets his revenge on Palpatine. Right there. Right there. And you get that final moment between him and Luke. Take this off so I can get a look, so I can get a good look at you. And then when Luke takes off his mask right there, you this was before the prequel trilogy came out. Like many people didn't know what they'd see under that helmet for so many years. For 6 years they had to wait, see who was really under that mask. It was just this normal old guy just controlled by the dark side that they saw for the first time they saw the film. And then you get that moment between them, go, leave me. And then Luke was like, no, you're coming with me. I won't leave you here. I gotta save you. And then Anakin has his dying breath. You already have. Go. You were right. Tell your sister you were right. And then literally dies peacefully, now able to be part of the Force. Now successfully redeemed back in the Jedi Force now. That's definitely a great, well acted moment. Yeah, that doesn't have James Earl Jones' voice once the mask gets lifted off him, but still, and I still love the voice acting for James Earl Jones. The last bit you hear from the Vader voice, and it's also nice seeing him come back to the voice again in Rogue One for the brief role he had when Vader pretty much slaughters all of them. When pretty much Vader does that whole crazy slaughter at the end of the film and stuff. And the brief role he has in Rogue One discussing the Death Star and stuff. And then, of course, his other great role was King Hoffer coming to America, Eddie Murphy's character's dad in that movie. And yeah, easily was one of the best parts of that film. And I did love the scenes him and Eddie Murphy had together and stuff. The saddest thing is, that Coming to America 2, the shitty sequel, he's just there for a brief bit. and then just funeral dies like that. And that sadly sucks. Right there. The sequel sucks. The first one's great. One of the best comedies from Eddie Murphy yet. Then, of course, there was another great role of his. The Sandlot, the family comedy, the baseball family comedy, where he was pretty much the Beast's owner, Mr. Myrtle. Now, at the very end of the movie, where after like the Beast gets trapped and the Sandlot kids decide to save him after they're trying to save the ball, after they're trying to save Smalls' dad, the soon-to-be dad's ball that was signed by Babe Ruth. Before his dad comes home from a conference trip. His soon-to-be dad, but technically his mom's boyfriend comes home from a college trip. They find out all the other balls, and they find they can play more, and then they also, walk the dog back, and they pretty much walk the dog back, they found the lost Mr. Myrtle, and then you finally meet Mr. Myrtle for the first time, and he's a normal old blind guy, and right there, and I also gives another great performance in this one scene he has, where he pretty much shows them all the ball collection he has, and even says the simple could have avoided this cliche. Y'all could have knocked on my door and asked, and I would have gotten it for you. And the kids then realize this whole time that they all could have did that right there, and just dude, lets them have this multiple sign autograph ball and. Let Smalls have has this entire multi-signed ball and shows them all the other all baseballs he has. There's another great moment right there. A very nice appearance scene. Very nice appearance scene for the one scene he has in the film. Sadly he does also come back for the direct-to-DVD rehash. It's the only watchable thing about that train wreck, but same character, but it's just repeating his scene from the first film. The only watchable thing about The Sandlot 2. Then of course, that brings us to the iconic voice role that introduced me to this legend. Mufasa from The Lion King. By far one of the best cinematic dads ever. Right there. And also known for having easily the number one saddest Disney moment where he dies. This one, you already really love his character. He's such a great dad to Simba when he's teaching him all of Pride Rock and stuff. Or even when he goes back and saves him and Nala's cubs from the hyenas. And at first he's mad at Simba for disobeying him and going to the elephant graveyard behind his back. And then once him and Simba were alone, he also then lets his anger go, and he immediately forgives Simba for him. They start to bond over those stars and stuff, and another great moment right there. And he even gets some great line. Also have some great lines that he delivers in the character Mufasa, such as when either he gets mad at Scar for walking away, when he's confronting for not showing up at Simba's birth, is that a challenge? Or even that great speech when he's lecturing Simba about the whole when he's lecturing Simba all about the Pride Lands and during their first scenes together, or they're watching over the sunrise at Pride Rock, or even when they're under the stars and he's telling about all the great kings watching over them and stuff, or whether having one of their last scenes together, or when they're Russell fighting under the stars and when he's pretty much forgives Simba for the elephant graveyard incident. Yeah, he's a little mad at first, but you also find out that he was also scared he was going to lose his son right there. And then during the stampede scene where he pretty much goes to save his son, you even see the fear in Mufasa's face and Mufasa's voice right there when he's telling Simba to hold on. And when he does manage to save Simba, but though, that sadly leads us to our sad moment when Scar pretty much betrays Mufasa and throws him to his death, and you also really feel the gut-wrenching scream that James Earl Jones gives the character when Mufasa's falling to his death. Death right there. And that leads us to pretty much the number one most tragic Disney death and Disney moment in history. Right there. Not only is he screaming about his death, but he clearly now knows that Simba's going to get framed for his death, or Simba's going to now get killed, and he's not even going to be there to save him. Right there. So So he's not just scared for his life during that scream. He's actually now scared for Simba's life, soon to be life too. Right there. That's how I buy it when he's falling into the stampede. Right there. And so this was just news I found out when I got home. I never found this out till like I got home and I saw the post. Like I was really begging for this not to be real, but it turned out it really did happen. Pretty much now, at least he lived a full life though. Like lived to be 93 years old, and this is crazy, man. Just so many legends gone from us. Just so many. Like first, like 2020s, it started Chadwick Boseman, then Betty White also got taken from us, and at least she lived a full life too. The sad thing is though, Chadwick didn't even get to live his full life. He got taken away way too early. Yeah, James. Like so many other Star Wars actors have come and gone too. Now Carrie Fisher's gone, Alec Guinness is gone, one of Chewbacca's stand-ins is gone, and now James Earl Jones is added to the list. Now even he's gone. Like now James Earl Jones can now be among the force with all the other Star Wars actors that have now passed on. He can now be with Carrie. Now he can be with Carrie Fisher. Now he can be Carrie Fisher. Now he can be with Al Gilness. Now he can be with one of Chewbacca's actors even. Like, man, and also he's now among one of the great kings that are watching the sky, like that's seen The Lion King. Now he's among them. But now when I watch Anakin's death scene, Return of the Jedi, when I watch Mufasa's death scene, The Lion King, there are going to be even sadder moments to watch now knowing James Earl Jones really is gone. And no, guys, I'm not trying to sound angry. Like, guys, sorry if I sound like that. Not trying to sound annoyed, right? I'm not trying to sound annoyed, but may James Earl Jones rest in peace, and definitely gonna miss this guy's iconic voice. May he rest in peace. May the force be with James Earl Jones. I gotta end this video now. I've got nothing else to say. May this legend rest in peace. I'll see you all later.